Good morning and welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty and here's me boat, and I'm snorkeling right now. Well, I'm not snorkeling, but my submarine is. We are today in a Oberon class. It's a Royal Navy diesel electric, and don't let the World War II look, rather bulbous nose and weird look of this thing. Don't let that perturb you. This thing can be a bit of a beast. Well, okay. There's a few caveats to what I'm saying, but the Oberon, yeah, this is going to be an interesting mission, and I have no idea how successful I'm going to be. But I have found
100 feet.
I found success using the Oberon, and of course it all goes back to remembering what the Tigerfish was originally designed to do. But we'll come on to that in just a little bit. Well, first things first, this is a .mod 0.4C
200 feet.
Royal Navy campaign. Let's go ahead and stop her from diving. In fact, let's get it down to 328 foot, like so.
Make depth 328 feet. Dive by.
A lot of angle dangle there when you dive. So, today's mission, it's the start of the Royal Navy .mod campaign, and this .mod campaign, as the Royal Navy, is described by the game as tricky. Yeah, they're not kidding. Now, if you're familiar with .mod and you're familiar with the Oberon, you may notice I've given myself a lot more decoys than the standard comes with, and that's because, well,
Dive at 328 feet. Dive by.
decoys just make life easier. I'm not carrying the moss. To be fair, this boat doesn't have the moss anyway, but I'm not carrying the moss. Give myself extra decoys. I don't tend to need them. I might do in the Oberon. So yes, this is a difficult, but can be a difficult boat to do well in. And the main reason there is because it is slow. It cannot dive very deep. It doesn't have a towed array. And if you're detected, it's very hard to get away from whatever it is that's detected. You know, I don't know what this is that I'm facing. Oh, I think I'm seeing sonar lines. Maybe a tango. I don't know. Okay, my mission. I keep saying this is the start of the Royal Navy campaign, and we've been sent to a patrol zone to intercept stuff coming out of Russia. That's fair enough. That'd be a Victor 1. And of course, whatever comes our way, we're going to attempt to sink. This appears to be a submerged. Oh boy, that's a Victor 3.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
That's a challenge. And he's got good ears on me as well, so okay. Well, let's put my money where my mouth is, I suppose.
200 feet. Dive by.
Let's get above the layer. So anyway, yeah, it's to sink whatever comes into our patrol zone. That is our objective here today.
Passing 300 feet.
And what that means is, I mean, if it moves and it's a communist boat, you got to sink him. That's a challenge, because not only do I have a slow diesel electric, and I'm facing off against nuclear submarines.
Sonar lost contact.
Passing 200 feet.
Right, I got to hope that this works. Not only all of the above, I've got the Tigerfish, and if you know your weapons, the Tigerfish is, well, kind of like the Oberon. It's kind of slow, but it is quiet, at least. And it's not maybe the most effective weapon. I'm going to try something here. We're going to go ahead and fire a Tigerfish.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
So far, so good. And I'm going to turn away.
Come right to 322.
Let's
Helm
torpedo
aye.
south. Okay. What the Tigerfish was designed to do is have a range long enough such that you can fire your weapon at the enemy before it's heard you, before he or she, or he I suppose, has heard you, and use the wire to guide it into the target area. Now, usually in cold waters, I wait until I can pretty much see the white of their eyes or hear the hair in their ears, however you want to define that. And that generally works well if you can be quite defensive. In a nuclear boat, you can get up to 26 knots is the slowest, I think. You can run deeper, faster, you can evade. You can't do that in the Oberon. I could run at 17 knots. Now the real deal will run at 17 knots for a short period of time. Maybe a few hours. I'm not a quick boat. I'm not a maneuverable boat. My test depth is 650 foot, so I don't have a lot of evasive ability. I can't go fully defensive. I could yawn at the enemy torpedo, that might work. So what I've got to do is I've got to be dead sneaky. I've got to think British. Now, yeah, I know. I get what you're going to say. You are a Brit, limey, so deal with it. Well, okay, fair enough, but I'm so used to fighting this game with the American weapons and being a little bit American about it, being a bit gung-ho. You don't walk up to the saloon and slip in the side entrance. You kick the door in and you shoot someone. That would appear to be the US Navy way.
Con, helm, steady course.
It's really not. But, yeah. Well, actually, that said, it kind of is. There weren't that many Cold War US Navy captains with a reputation for being dead sneaky. Yeah, they were sneaky, but they weren't quite the same as we Brits. So I've had to realign my way of thinking. My thinking process here is I've got the Tigerfish out early, and it's still got a wire. This is a Mod 1 Tigerfish, so it's got a good chance of losing the wire. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dogleg this torpedo around, and I'm going to drop below the layer. Right, let's actually start that now. See if I can pick up the bad guy again, the Victor 3, and guide the torpedo onto him. So that he's attacked from a completely different vector to my location. And he's like, oh, where's the bad guy gone? I don't know, he must be in this direction. Fires in the direction of the Tigerfish. Now maybe my Tigerfish will kill him, maybe not. And depending on how likely that might be, I'll fire another torpedo and attempt to pincer him. And that might give him a clue as to where I am. It may also...
Passing 200 feet.
Can also mean using 2 torpedoes per bad guy when one hit's usually what you need. But I'm okay with using 2 if it takes care of him.
Come left 2.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 221.
Let me see. Now he has gone deep to 600 feet.
Passing 300 feet.
I can't tell if he can hear my torpedo or not. I think he's running away though. So I think he may have heard my torpedo and is like, I'm off. I'm out of here. I might be wrong. As I turn around and face him, I should get a better...
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1. Con sonar, launch transient
He's exactly
from
where... Now I know
Sierra
exactly
1.
where he is. Question is he firing at me or firing at my torpedo?
Passing 400 feet.
I'm going to bet he's firing at my torpedo.
Come left 220. Helm aye.
So, this may work. Decision. He is maybe... I don't know, 5,000 yards from me, 4,000 yards from my torpedo. I'm going to run my torpedo active. He can move at 32 knots, I believe. 30 knots, okay. But my torpedo, my Tigerfish, his navigation mode is 25 knots.
Passing 500 feet.
And attack mode is 35 knots. So I cannot catch this guy, or this torpedo cannot catch him very quickly. But... it just needs to catch him quickly enough. Now, I don't know if he has fired his torpedo at me or had the Tigerfish. If he's fired at me, I'm probably in big trouble.
Passing
not
600
To
feet.
exceed 650 foot test depth, because that will require lots of recertification. Get it down to 650 foot. 200 meter test depth is not a massive amount. And it does limit the submarine in its attack boat abilities, because if you want to go evasive, you really need to
Con,
change,
helm, steady course.
ideally, change your depth a lot. But I'll make do with it. Because rather than be gung-ho and American about it and be in his face, give him a 6-shooter, I'm being sneaky here. So, that all said and done, how's this looking? Well, it's looking okay. We know where the Victor 3 is. I'm going to stop my descent there. We know where my torpedo is, and it's chasing him, and he's at 30 knots, so he's cranked it on, he's up to flank speed, he's running away. I cannot detect his torpedoes yet, and that's a little worrying, because if they're coming my way, I'm in trouble. But if they are coming my way, I guess I'll know when they're closer. Let me accelerate time. Okay, he wasn't firing at me. Now, if they're USIT 80s, they were still dangerous, but not that dangerous. I guess they just didn't detect me, so... That torpedo's got 11.5 minutes left to run, and I'm guessing it's 3,000 yards away from the target, so I'm not convinced it's going to catch it, but this Victor 3 will probably turn around to have a sniff for me, and in doing so, it'll start to go evasive. My torpedo can catch him. 9 minutes left to go on the torpedo. Okay, there he goes. I'm going to immediately turn the Tigerfish, try and cut that corner off. 7.5 minutes to go on the torpedo. Turn it again. Actually going to lead the Victor 3 quite a bit here.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is cavitating.
I don't want to lead him too much because he'll turn away, which he did, unfortunately. 6.5 minutes left to go on this torpedo. This is going to be close. Let's just check his depth. Oh, he's gone pretty deep. Right, I'm going to get my torpedo down depth-wise. As I can see on the bottom left his depth. 900 feet, give or take. But I can't see my torpedo depth. Okay, that'll do on my torpedo. So, my torpedo should be able to detect him. He's making a ton of noise. He does have anti-air coating, so I'm not going to run the active sonar right now. It's 5.5 minutes left to go on the torpedo. Let's switch to the view that the torpedo's got. Just the view of the torpedo. There we go. Marconi Tigerfish, or Tigerfish Marconi. There he is. Turn this torpedo a little ways. I really needed to pick him up. There we go.
Noisemaker bearing 223.
So he immediately knuckled and dropped a noisemaker, but that may not have been enough. Let's see. No, it's not. So the Tigerfish is now homing in on him. I think we've got him, because I've got 5 minutes of battery left in this Tigerfish, and I can manually steer it. He's gonna do a lot to try and get away from this guy, but I think I've just got myself some more prestige. Okay.
Con sonar, noisemaker
Interesting.
bearing 222.
That little blue-yellow flashing.
Fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Okay, the torpedo's turning away now. I'm going to manually steer it. Point it towards the bad guys, give yourself a bit more perspective here. He's diving pretty aggressively. There we go. Let the torpedo guide itself in. Surprise! Ooh, might take the tail off.
Con sonar,
Only just
noisemaker
scratching
bearing
him, but
222.
got him. Yep. Oh, that's interesting. That's his torpedo. Let's just go back to me and check. Right. Well, what do you know? Got him. And all we did was we remembered that the Royal Navy, the plan for the Tigerfish was always get the weapon in the water before the enemy knows where you are, before the enemy has a chance to hear you launch. And the Tigerfish can be floated out of the torpedo tubes. I don't think all variants could, and not all boats supported this, but it was supported on the Oberon. So you float the weapon out of the tube, you don't have to squeeze it out with compressed air. That makes it a quiet launch. So, that's how the Oberon can defeat the Russian Navy. Or in this case, the Soviet Navy. Right, well, I hope you got something from this. I would have to say I'm very happy with how the Oberon has performed. And,
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
we survived. Which is more than I can say for my own games, playing with the Oberon against the might of the USSR. So, thanks so much. I hope you got something from this. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.